probably started this too early, but I wanted to show you this water tower here. Look at that. Bardstown. We're coming into Bardstown, Kentucky. And Bardstown is very, very famous for their liquor, their alcohol. In fact, it says Bourbon capital of the world. Of the world. Bourbon capital.
That tower there is one of the towers the company I used to work for built. That's a Phoenix Tower.
A Phoenix Tower. All right, y'all, look at this distillery. Okay. Look at all that. That's all distillery.
I haven't had a drink since 1999. Look at all those.
Wow, look at all those
windows. That's
wine barrels.
Where they put their barrels in there for years to
age.
That's right.
Yeah, those are their aging warehouses for their.
But I haven't had a drink of alcohol since 1999. Little red Corvette.
Oh yeah, that does kind of sound like that. So those warehouses were for them to store their alcohol, right?
That's what they're there. They're not apartments.
Nope, not apartments.
They're apartments for the barrels.
There you go. 1999. Well, hey, you know what? That's the last time I had any alcohol. Was 1999. Hey, you know what? I was 21 in 1999.
So was I.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, well.
No, you're 16 years older than I am. So if I was 21, then you would have been 30, 21, 39. You would have been 39 years old. So anyway, is that right? 1990. You were born in 62, 92, 37. You were 37 in 1999. Anyway, so yeah, that's the last time on my 21st birthday. I have not had any alcohol since my 21st birthday, and now I'm coming up on 47. And you're going to be the whopping 63 this year.
Whopping? What am I going to whop?
Anyway, I just wanted to show you those barrels of Bardstown, bourbon capital, not just of Kentucky, not just of the United States, but of the world. Bourbon capital of the world.
Oh my goodness, the bourbon capital of the world. Oh my, what am I gonna do with the bourbon capital of the world?
Well, I just thought that would be interesting on our travels.
Yeah, well, we go by Casey Jones. We have a distillery. We went by. There's all kinds of distilleries around here.
I know Kentucky. Kentucky makes a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, there's a lot of alcohol from this part of the woods.
It sure enough is, but
All them hillbillies.
But I'm very thankful that that's not something that has me. I'm thankful that I'm not to the bottom. Praise the Lord.
No, I was alcohol and Big Belly didn't get along. I did a lot of bad things behind alcohol. Once I drank one drink, I could never have enough. And then when I turned black out and turned into a maniac, wake up with my face plastered to the jail cell, reading all the charges that I got the next morning, not remembering any of it. So, anyway, so I don't want to live that life anymore.
No, sure enough don't. So, I think the expression is teetotaler. I'm not sure where that came from. In the comments below, if you can tell me the history of where the expression teetotaler comes from. I mean, I guess I could probably just Google it like you all can, but if you know offhand where the expression teetotaler comes from, that would be very interesting because I guess you could say I'm a teetotaler. I don't drink, so, and praise the Lord for that. So, alrighty, well, just wanted to show you the bourbon capital of the world.
I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I drink lots of coffee and eat good food.
And Stephen even packed his own coffee maker with his own coffee.
Yeah, because the last time I came out of here, I figured, I'll just go buy Starbucks. You know what? I got a triple or a double or whatever, and it was still like water next to my coffee.
And you spent money on big time money.
Yeah, I could have bought a whole bag of coffee for that. So.
Right, so you just brought your own coffee maker and grinder. He brought his own bean grinder and his own coffee beans, so that we're going to have that in the hotel room.
We. What do you mean, we?
Oh, well, no.
I don't have a mouse in fact, I don't even have a pocket, so can't have a mouse in my pocket.
Well, I didn't bring my coffee.
You can't handle my coffee.
No, I don't like your coffee. I don't like dark, really dark.
Speaking of which, the French press there, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm sure I've had a few people asking about it. That cup of coffee that I made was so strong. I drank half of it and had a headache. I thought the top of my head was going to pop off. And, I made that coffee way too strong. So, I'm going to have to experiment with it a little bit and get it to where it's not so strong. But that was so strong, I'm going to back off of it for a while. The next time I go at it, I'll add way more water because that was some strong. That's the strongest cup of coffee I've had in decades since the Starbucks first came out. We bought an espresso machine and started making coffee. I mean, I hadn't had coffee that strong in a really, 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 really long time. And so strong, like I said, it gave me a headache out of the world.
Wow. Yeah, you just used it just the one time you made the video.
And I only drank half the cup because I couldn't handle it anymore. It was way, way too strong. So.
And that's coming from somebody who really likes strong coffee.
It definitely makes some strong coffee, that Italian press, but you learn. So I learned that the next time I can use the same amount of coffee, I can do it the same exact way. I'll just have to double and triple the water.
Wow. Well, so you don't drink alcohol, but you drink strong coffee.
Yeah, I'm a coffee drinker. I like coffee.
I like coffee too.
I've been drinking coffee since I was a teenager, though. My mom and her husband used to sit there and drink coffee, and my dad, everybody I knew drank coffee, so I got into coffee when I was young. AJ liked coffee too. So.
Our 13-year-old son loves coffee.
Yeah, he had me bring him a cup of coffee last time.
Yeah, he did. When we were in Lexington last week, he wanted us to bring him a cup of coffee. Now, yesterday was his 13th birthday, so you have a 12 and 13-year-old, well, he was 13 yesterday, craving coffee. He hadn't had any coffee since December. So he actually asked for a cup of coffee. How many 12 and 13-year-olds do you know that asked to drink coffee? Oh, look at this guy's bicycles. Look at that.
You know what that means, don't you?
That they're an avid sports person.
There's more than one person in there.
There's 3 bicycles off that truck. Well, they're sporty people if they take their bicycles with them.
They're sporty. Looked like one of them was just like my bicycle. Did you see that?
Well,
Had the same paint job and everything.
3 bicycles on the back there, so. Well, alrighty, just another travel vlog.
There's a fly in here. Ruthie's real good about letting flies in the car. It seems like every time she opens the door, a fly comes in.
Well, maybe they're just
They're attracted to Ruthie.
The flies are attracted to me?
Yeah. Flies are attracted to Ruthie.
Well, what does that mean?
Wow. I'm not going to say because then your feelings will get hurt. and YouTube will say that I'm an asshole and that I'm mean and rude and
is what it is. I don't know why they come in every time I open the door, but they do. All right, everybody, just another travel vlog on our way to go see AJ for his birthday. So we'll be seeing him tomorrow in Pine Ridge, Kentucky. So we're going to spend the night in Winchester, Kentucky, and see him tomorrow. All right, everybody. Stephen, tell everybody goodbye.
Have a wonderful day, wherever you are. Cruising around all over the country, like me. Have lots of fun. Don't forget to ring